In the forests of South and Southeast Asia lives a snake that does not need a legend. To make an impression, it is enough for it to rise up. The king cobra is the longest venomous snake in the world. It can exceed 5 meters in length, and when it raises the front part of its body and spreads its hood, it looks as if the forest had suddenly gained its own warning sign. Ophiophagus hana has a name that suits its lifestyle well, because this snake hunts mainly other snakes, including venomous ones. So it is not just a large cobra with a threatening expression, it is a predator that specializes in hunting creatures that many animals would rather not even touch. On top of that, the female can build a nest out of leaves and guard the eggs. For a snake, this behavior is exceptionally unusual. So in short, most snakes only need to be seen to make you take a step back. The king cobra adds a hood to that, more than 5 meters of length, and a diet made up of other snakes, as if it decided that ordinary intimidation was not enough. In the Galapagos lives a lizard that looks as if it emerged from lava, sat in the sun for a while, and decided it was time to enter the ocean. The marine iguana is the only lizard in the world that regularly feeds in the sea. Amblyrhynchus cristatus does not hunt fish or pretend to be a shark. It goes underwater for algae. It has strong claws that help it hold onto rocks, a flattened tail that helps with swimming, and a dark body that quickly warms up on volcanic shores, because after diving, it has to return to the rocks and regain its heat. And then there is one more detail: the marine iguana swallows a lot of salt with its food, so it removes the excess through special glands near its nostrils. The result? It looks as if it is sitting on a rock and sneezing salt straight into the ocean. So in short, most lizards stick to land, sun and dry rocks. The marine iguana took that set, added diving, algae, and the expression of a little dragon that has just returned from an underwater lunch above tropical oceans, circles a bird that looks as if it were designed more for gliding than for ordinary wing flapping. The great frigate bird has long, narrow wings, a forked tail, and such a light build that it can spend hours hanging above the water. It does not dive like many seabirds. Instead, it patrols the sky, watches for fish, and snatches prey from the surface of the ocean. Sometimes it also chases other birds until they drop their meal. Elegance? Not exactly. Efficiency? Very much so. But the male is the most famous. During the breeding season, he inflates a huge red throat pouch. He then looks as if he were carrying an alarm balloon beneath his beak. In the color of a warning signal, he sits, shows himself off, shakes his wings, and waits until a female decides that this flying red billboard makes sense. So in short, most birds impress with song, feathers, or dance. The great frigate bird added a balloon under its throat and flies above the ocean like a pirate with its own advertisement. In Tasmania lives a marsupial that looks as if it were too small for such a big reputation. Stocky, black, with a light patch on its chest and a mouth that can open really wide. The Tasmanian devil is the largest living carnivorous marsupial in the world. It is not as big as a wolf or as fast as a cheetah, but it has jaws that do not leave many arguments. On the other side, it can hunt, but very often it feeds on carrion, and it does so thoroughly without pretending to be elegant. Bones, skin, meat, everything can disappear inside this black, growling machine for cleaning the forest. The name devil comes, among other things, from its nocturnal sounds, screams, growls, and squeals that, in the dark bush, could sound as if something very bad was having a bad day. And yet, it is not a monster. It is an important cleaner of the ecosystem. Strange, loud, and deeply Tasmanian. So in short, most animals build fear through size. The Tasmanian devil does it differently. It has the body of a small marsupial, jaws like a tool, and a voice that makes the night forest take a step back. In the waters of the Indo-Pacific lives a fish that looks as if the ocean had not quite decided whether it should be an animal or a piece of dirty rock. The stonefish can lie motionless on the seabed among coral, sand, and rocks. Its body is uneven, rough, covered in colors that blend perfectly with its surroundings, and that is exactly where the problem lies. Because this is not an ordinary stone, It is one of the most venomous fish in the world. On its back, it has venomous spines that can pierce a foot or hand. When someone accidentally steps on or touches this piece of the seabed, the stonefish does not have to chase its prey. It waits. It pretends to be part of the landscape. And when a small fish comes too close, the attack is fast and very brief. So in short, most predators try to look dangerous. The stonefish does something smarter. It looks like nothing, lies there like nothing, and then reminds you that sometimes the worst place to put your foot is an ordinary stone. In New Zealand lives a bird that looks as if someone had read the instructions for making a bird and boldly skipped a few chapters. The kiwi has wings, but they are so small that they almost disappear beneath its feathers. It does not fly. It does not perch high on branches. It does not sing proudly in the morning. Instead, it walks at night across the forest floor, sniffs, shuffles, and pushes its long beak into the ground, searching for worms and larvae. Strangely enough, its nostrils are located near the tip of its beak. Thanks to this, the kiwi does not only look at the world from the level of the forest floor, but literally smells it up close. It also lays an egg that is enormous for its body size, a small bird with very ambitious life decisions. So in short, most birds chose flight, wings, and light elegance. The kiwi chose the night, a nose at the end of its beak, and the lifestyle of a small forest detective that checks everything with its face close to the ground. In the tropical forests of Central America lives a lizard that looks like a small dragon and has an ability that should not be so easy to accept. The plumed basilisk has an intensely green body, a long tail, and decorative crests on its head, back, and tail. The male looks as if he came into the world already in ceremonial dress. But the strangest part begins near water. When it feels threatened, it can suddenly start running on its hind legs, and for a short distance, race across the surface of the water. Not because it knows some kind of spell. It does this thanks to rapid leg movements, spread out toes, and the fact that it strikes the water with its feet before it has time to sink. It looks absurd, as if a small green lizard panicked and decided that the lake was also a pavement. So in short, most lizards escape into bushes, under a rock, or up a tree. The plumed basilisk chooses something more theatrical. It puts one foot on the water and runs, as if the laws of physics had been given a temporary break. In the calm waters of ponds, lakes, and wetlands lives an insect that looks as if someone had made an armored cockroach. In a swimming version, giant water bugs belong to the family Belostomatidae. They have a flattened body, strong front legs, and the hunting style of a predator that does not bother with long chases. They wait motionless among aquatic plants, and when prey swims too close, they grab it like pincers. Their menu can include insects, tadpoles, small fish, and sometimes even small amphibians. This bug does not bite for sport, but its bite can be very painful. That is why in some places it is called a toe biter. It sounds funny until someone places a bare foot where on the bottom a small aquatic thug is waiting. So in short, most aquatic insects are associated with something light and harmless. The giant water bug took that reputation, hid beneath the surface, and became a predatory clip that really does not like it when something swims too close.